Now, a joint police and military team have taken over 3 towns in the North Gonja district of the Savannah region, arresting about 70 persons following communal clashes there, which has left at least 1 person dead. The district capital, Daboya, Lukula, and Mimpiasem are now ghost towns after many young men there fled for fear of being arrested. Schools, markets, and other public places have all been shut down, with residents keeping indoors. We take you live there now. Correspondents Isaac Nonya and Rebecca Natoma in the Savannah region and Elias Utanko in the northeast are all joining us now via Zoom for us to bring you, details of what's happening on the ground. Now, first, let me start with you, Isaac. How did this all start? Isaac, I want to find out from you the genesis of all of this problem that we are now, being faced with. How did it start, really?
Well, let's look at the recent one. There's this school at Mimpiasem that was closed down due to schematic last year. So the people there who are mostly temperaments and Mampus decided that the children should start reading Quran over there. So when they gathered with the children to start reciting the Quran, another resident who from a distance saw the gathering mistook them to be warriors from Daboya, Gonja warriors. And we are told from the security sources that he placed a call to a high-profile person at Janga, and then based on that, they sent in some warriors to Lukula. So based on that incident, the Gonjans also had similar information that there were warriors who entered the town from Lukula, from Janga. They also moved towards Mimpiasem to be there and monitor the situation. For 3 days, the two sides were monitoring each other till yesterday the attack came, resulting in the loss of 1 person and then the injury of about 3-4 others.
Is it when we understand that a chief was also picked up or shot in his home? Is it all part of this particular matter?
Exactly. This person happened to be the elder of the Mampusi at Lukula. He was one that came to Wasipe to seek the smoking of a peace pipe or some cordiality between the two sides. We are told that after the clashes, some youth from the Gonja side straight into the front because they did not understand why you came to seek for dialogue. How come you brought in people that turned out to attack us? And that was how he was shot. I will speak about the police just confirmed that 107 suspects have been rounded up, all of them men, and we just spotted them being carried and transported towards Tambale police headquarters. The one other person who we told was beaten and admitted at the Daboya hospital here. His situation is very critical, and he shall be transported to Tambale Teaching Hospital for tertiary medical attention. I will speak, you can't see everybody like a man in town. All shops remain locked. Taxis are not moving anyhow. You see 1 or 2 women on the street. Come to the houses where I'm standing. A good number of women are here. And some of the women who spoke to me actually complained and saying that their husbands were innocent. They just returned from farm only to be picked at dawn from their room. So they had nothing to do either than just to release their husband to come back and shoulder the responsibility as fathers and then husbands.
But if they are calling for their husbands to be released, are they saying that their husbands are innocent of this allegation?
Probably enough. One of the women told me that it gave a percentage that about 90% of those arrested were innocent. I have friends in the community. I got here, I called them. Some that was able to reach home that they are in the bushes.
Okay. I
asked why they were there, will not come to town. They said no, the situation is not friendly, and they remain where they are because they are innocent and they don't want to be picked among anybody they might have suspected to be their target.
Okay.
Well, some of them are complaining that while their colleagues have gone overboard, they go to the extent of attacking the police commander was something a no area. So generally, the situation is not something that is accepted by some residents in Daboya.
But you are there now. If you are to paint a mental picture of how the community is, how is it like now?
Daboya is now a community for women and children. I can spot 2-3 children everywhere I go. Businesses is down. Anything commercial is down. Workers, public or private, are off their workplaces. Everybody remains in his or her house. You can see one or two women gathered in the house, all that are discussed about that. But the men, you won't see them. No, you won't see any man. We have seen, I spotted a police station, a good number of police officers are there. And then those that you can also see move around, elderly women who cannot even visit each other from their homes. For the hospital, you can see nurses there working. That is it.
Okay. All right.
The town is more or less a ghost town.
Let me bring in Eliasu Tanko now. Eliasu, you have a statement on this particular development. What does it say?
Well, this statement comes from the overlord of the Mamprogo traditional area, and he has condemned this particular violence in the first place, and he's also calling on all warring factions to stand down, to lay down their arms, and he's also called on the security agencies to go after the perpetrators, and he has also pledged to work with his brother, the Yagbonwura, the president of the Savannah Regional House of Chiefs and overlord of the Gonja Land traditional area. He says he will be working with him to ensure that a lasting solution is brought to this particular matter. He is also urging government to facilitate or speed up effort to ensure that these particular boundaries are demarcated. The land in these particular disputed territories are demarcated. The overlord says he condemns this particular violence in no uncertain terms.
So are we then saying that the land dispute is as a result of improper demarcation of the land there?
Well, it appears there have not been any demarcation at all. And we know that these particular disputed communities have long been part of the Gonja Land traditional area and for the Savannah region. But during the creation of the new regions, the community's members, they protested saying that they have been socially, politically, and economically neglected. And so they want to be part of the Northeast region. But mind you, the so traditional area, which is in the Northeast region and in the West Pampas municipality, has also been laying claims to those particular communities. And so this is what gave the community members the legitimacy to say that they do not want to be part of the Savannah region, but to be part of the Northeast region. Okay. And so this is the basis of this particular violence. The protest by the community members to leave the Savannah region to join the Northeast region, and also the claim by the so traditional area in the Northeast region over these particular communities, we understand is the basis for this particular violence.
Now, as of yesterday, we knew that the two regional ministers were meeting on this, out of which led to the dispatching of a combined team of security personnel. What else have we gathered you're doing in terms of trying to restore calm in these places?
We understand a meeting is being scheduled between the two overlords, the overlord of the Gonja Land traditional area as well as the overlord of the Mamprogo traditional area. And this meeting, we understand, is being facilitated by these two regional house of these two security councils, the Savannah Regional Security Council as well as the Northeast Regional Security Council. We also understand that the security has been asked to go after the perpetrators in that particular area, and we do know that they are going to extend the time the security forces will be on the ground, and to ensure that whilst they keep calm in this particular community, they open doors for dialogue between these two overlords to ensure that a lasting solution is found. And also, we understand that they are also speeding up process, bringing in the boundary commission, because these two regional security councils have already formed a committee which have looked into this particular land dispute, and they have finalized, or their report is ready. So my understanding is that the boundary commission actually is being brought in to ensure that they go in and demarcate these disputed lands.
Okay, all right. Grateful to you, but stick with us. Let me share with our viewers the statement that Elias shared with us a while ago, and this from the Mampurugu Traditional Council. It says, statement by the Nairi on the Lukula conflict. I have noted with great concern the conflict between Gonjas and the Mampusis at Lukula and its environs over the past days. This event that led to the death of one person and the destruction of several properties in the affected communities is unfortunate, uncalled for, and a dent on a long-standing cordial relationship between Mampusis and Gonjas that had existed over centuries. I wish to use this medium to call for disarmament by the warring factions whilst I work with my brother Yagbonwura Amonibafe Borenyi, the one or the first, I hope I got the name right, to find lasting solutions to the dispute. The law enforcement agencies are hereby called upon to work to bring the perpetrators of this untoward event to book devoid of any consideration. While at this, the government is also urged to put in more effort in demarcating the land boundaries in the affected communities. In conclusion, I wish to call on all my sons and daughters in the Savannah and Northeast regions to stay calm and embrace peace in the midst of any provocation from recalcitrant individuals. And this is signed by Na Bohugi Mahami Abdullahi Sheriga, the overlord of Mampurugu traditional area. So that is the statement coming in there. Now, let's explore this particular matter further by speaking to a member of the security or the Interior Committee of Parliament, and Honorable Nogbe, joining us on phone now for us to take this further, because we understand that a community like Lukula is now a ghost town, or is a town for women and children, as Isaac Nonya put it. All the men in that community have fled in fear of being arrested. Isaac Nonya tells us that some 107 suspects have been picked up by the joint military and police task force working in the community now. We also understand that one person has died as a result of this conflict. Honorable Ernest Nogbe is a member of the Defense and Interior Committee of Parliament. He joins us via phone. I'm grateful to you for joining us here, sir. Now, we've had this matter over and over again. First of all, what's your thought on this new or latest conflict that we're hearing from that part of the country?
Well, thank you very much, and good afternoon to your listeners of yours. It's just an unfortunate incident that is happening in that part of the country, and we have to condemn it in no uncertain terms. But I'm also very much grateful that the authorities, the police and the military, are to act swiftly to, at least as it were, to execute some soup and then get some people arrested. And I'm sure very soon come will return to that environment. It's just unfortunate that there's contradictory reports that a number of people who might have lost their lives. And as it were, we are just hoping and praying that the veracity of the matter, or the actual occurrences, and also the numbers, the numbers will be ascertained, and then we move on from there.
You are on the Defense and Interior Committee of Parliament. I'm sure you've sat on matters such as this. With what is facing us now, what do you think is the way to apprehend the matter so that we will not be hearing these issues in the frequent manner as they do occur?
Yeah, it's just unfortunate sometimes when it comes to matters between two parties, especially two ethnic groups. It's a very sensitive matter that we normally handle with tact and then this thing. So this act is made. There are some stakeholders in and around the vicinity, and the very reason why this kind of issues may be occurring in the area must be addressed by these stakeholders and also by the security agencies. By and large, we, the committee, we are not we don't serve as arbitrators. We only ascertain what exactly transpired and how to maintain peace and security in the area. But the actual reason for which this kind of actions will be taken will be determined by the stakeholders in the various areas once we go in to bring peace and security.
Okay. Usually it is either land dispute or chieftaincy dispute, and this is quite characteristic of most of the conflict that we do hear about.
Yeah.
What then, in your own view, is the best way to approach this so that we can bring lasting solutions to some of these challenges that confront us in this country?
Yeah, that is a very serious question that will require a professional answer, because I may not be able to determine which faction of these people are right or wrong. And so I think we'll just have to leave that one for the various stakeholders and the authorities to make sure we bring lasting solutions to it. You see what happened in Boku, for instance. It's very difficult for us as a committee to intervene. All that we will seek to do is to make sure that we tell the people to withdraw or to say or to desist from their act, their criminal act. And that's all that we can do. But talk about the root cause of the problem is a sensitive matter that may require that sensitive approach.
Is this something, when you reconvene, you'll probably be getting into to do a fact-finding into it to understand what the issues are and to get the authorities that need to address them to properly find solutions to them?
Rightly so. I will just, let me say that I remembered almost all the occurrences in and around the vicinity. Let me say even Kumasi and then Boku, etc., where we have been engaging the stakeholders and we have been following up on matters of this nature and finding lasting solutions to it. So definitely we'll go on a fact-finding mission to get the veracity of the matter, and then we bring the authorities to book and also to find lasting solutions to it.
All right, I'm grateful to you, sir, for joining us here. Ernest Nogbe is a member of the Defense and Security Committee of Parliament.